and karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar. Today we're going to be making this beautiful, soft and fluffy ensaimadas. So I'm using about 4 cups of all-purpose flour and about a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. And we're going to be using about 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast, which is about 7 grams. And if you're using one of those small packets, you will need only 1 sachet. All right, so we're just going to mix the ingredients very well to make sure they're well combined. And I've got 2 eggs here that are in room temperature, and we're just going to slightly beat them. And you can mix the milk and the eggs together, that's fine. And I've got 1 cup of warm milk, it's just lukewarm. We're just going to mix it in. All right, so I'm just going to mix the dough, mix the ingredients and make the dough. I'm looking for a very soft and light and very sticky dough. All right, and that's how we're going to get our ensaimadas very soft inside. So we're just going to knead the dough for about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm not looking for any kind of gluten in this, so that shouldn't take long. All right, so now we're just going to move this to a surface, flat surface. Now you can use a stand machine if you have. I have done this video back in 2015 and I used the stand mixer for that, but you can use your hands too. Now ensaimadas, they originate from Spain, but they're also consumed or served in Latin America and in the Philippines. Like you all know, Philippines was once a Spanish colony. All right, so since I said I'm looking for a soft and sticky dough, my dough was almost ready, but it was a little bit dense, so I went ahead and added about 2 teaspoons of water. You can use water or you can use milk, it doesn't matter. And we're just gonna knead it again, just to make sure it's nice and soft. All right, so as you can see, I think this is just ready. It's like that, and I'm going to put it in a bowl. You need a large container or something that it will allow your dough to rise properly. And in this I added about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use any type of oil that does not have strong aromas or flavors, and the oil is going to make this dough very soft and moist. All right, so we're just going to cover it and let it sit for about 30 to 45 minutes until it has doubled in volume. Now mine took about 40 minutes. As you can see, it's nice, and we're just going to punch the air down. And I'm going to divide this into 2 portions. I'm going to show you how to make a large ensaimada and a medium size, not so small. Sometimes I make them small and I use the muffin pan, but today we're just going to make a large one and a medium size one. All right, now you can use a rolling pin, but I just prefer to use my hands. Since the dough had a lot of oil, it's so easy to spread it out. And you want to make your pastry sheets as thin as you can, so make sure that the surface you use, you have a bigger surface to do this. All right, so I'm just using my palm. Now ensaimadas, they usually use lard, but you can also use Crisco if you cannot use lard, but today I'm going to use butter. In my earlier video I used Crisco, but after that I decided to use butter. It has more flavors, but in terms of texture it's the same. Okay, so I'm ready to spread my butter. This is how big and thin I could get my pastry. And make sure that your butter is soft and a little bit cold, not not melted butter. And yeah, I have used Crisco before. The difference is not much. It's just the butter has more flavors, of course. And I believe lard has a distinctive flavor, but for those of us who cannot use lard, you can always use Crisco or kimbo for those who are in Africa, or butter. All right, so just spread it nicely, and you can fill this up with anything. Mine is a twisted version, but I know in Spain they use them for breakfast, so you always have jam. And I've made my preserve. This is actually pineapple and ginger, fresh ginger that I made, and we're just gonna fill it in. And it's always nice if you can use a bag to pipe it in, and you just wanna close it like that and then just roll it. So now the thinner your pastry is, the more layers you're gonna have. And this is a very, very beautiful bread. It's perfect for holidays or for brunch. For someone like me who loves brunches, you can make it at night, for the second rise, and let it rise slowly in the fridge and just bake it in the morning. It just takes 15 minutes. Or you can bake it ahead of time, but do not dust it with the powdered sugar till in the morning. Warm it up, and then you can do that. All right. So this is our big roll here, and we're just gonna make a coil. I make sure the seam is at the bottom or in between. It's not on the top, although I could not do that. All right, and so when it's baked, it looks really, really beautiful. Okay, so this is huge. Okay, now for the rest of the dough, I divided it into four for the medium size. When I have patience, I make them smaller and I use the muffin tin and I fill them up with various things, like the nuts, with caramel, with cinnamon sugar, various fillings that I do for the kids. All right, so this is a smaller one. And the smaller one, I did not make the pastry too thin, so it's going to be a little bit thicker inside, but not so bad. All right. So we're just going to roll it again, just like that. And it's very simple, and it's got very, very basic ingredients, which most of us or you should be having them at home. All right. And we're just going to roll it just like that. And then I'm going to keep it in the tray. Now for my third one, I used pistachios. I wanted to try nuts and see how it goes. It was actually very nice for my taste buds. So this is pistachio nuts that were roasted and then heated with honey and rose water. And yeah, that's it. And just roll it. I did forget to spread the butter, so I'm doing the butter at this point. Okay, so you just want to close it like that and roll it. And then I would do the rest. The other one I used strawberry jam, and the other one I think I had a blueberry jam into it. Okay, so now in my tray I've got 5 of them, and I'm keeping the oranges here to elevate because I don't want them to spread. I want them to have room to rise up. So I put the oranges, the lemons, the limes, sometimes I use apples, and you want to let it rest for about 30 to 40 minutes until it has double in volume, just like this. And now it's ready to be baked. And I've got my oven on 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're just going to egg wash these and bake them for about 15 to 18 minutes or until they're nice and golden brown. You can also use butter. You can apply butter on top. Now these were beautifully done for 18 minutes. Once they've cooled, we're just going to put them on a serving plate and dust some sugar. And it looks so beautiful, as you can see. And we're going to slice this in. And see, it's so soft, as you can see. It's even difficult to get proper pieces, but who cares? All right. And you can have this for your tea in the evening, or you can have it for breakfast, for brunch. It's very light. It's not so sweet. And you see how those beautiful layers, how they are? Look at them. How nice they look. Just like that. So thank you so much. For more recipes, please visit me at Rome of Zanzibar. You'll find all the ingredients and the measurements in the description box below and on this very last page.